team like Kyrie and KD, or the Lake Show with King James and AD. Wish I could match him up with the bad boys from the 80s, but no black and white, I need that in HD. HenDawgz.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy HenDawg, and we back to it. You know how we do it. Part 3. Part Allen Iverson, man. We got the Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier documentary. Part 1 and Part 2 been fire, so if you haven't watched those yet, go ahead and check those out before y'all get into this one. But yeah, we got Part 3, man. Before we get into this one, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. We are on the way to 10K. Almost there, man. Shout out to everybody that's been subscribing, man. I really appreciate it. And we just at the beginning. Man. There's so much more in store. But I really don't even want to do too much talking, man. I want to get straight into this one. Part 2 kind of ended where Joe Frazier was a little confused, on why Muhammad Ali was, acting the way he was acting towards the fight. But I think they're finally about to fight. Part 1 and Part 2 was more or less kind of the introduction to them meeting and kind of building up a little bit of, popularity for their fight. So I feel like this one will probably finally get a fight. I think they had 3 fights total. Yeah, so let's get into it, man. We got One Nation Divisible, Ali and Frazier documentary Part 3. Let's get it.
This is their day, you know what I mean? And why are people being rude to them and cruel? So it built up an anger that he felt the only way to strike back was to get Ali in that ring and beat his ass.
Let's get to it.
Could be cruel, racially cruel.
That's what you are, Uncle Tom.
See, look, call him Uncle Tom.
He had tormented both Ernie Terrell and Floyd Patterson.
Call me Muhammad Ali, not Cassius Clay. This is what Muhammad Ali is saying to him.
He actually punished those men in the ring because they refused to call him Muhammad Ali. So here was Joe Frazier, his next victim, so to speak.
And the next one to ignore Ali's chosen name.
What do you call Muhammad? Did you
I call him Clay.
That's disrespectful.
He called me Tom, called me the white man's champ. So therefore I said, hey, Cassius.
Okay, I get it.
I knew that would make you mad.
I knew that was gonna make you mad.
Only those who were bigots, rednecks, hardliners continued to call him Clay, almost as an insult. And when Frazier chose to do that too, to a lot of African Americans, it was kind of like, hey, who are you siding with here? Take a look in the mirror.
Adding meanness to an already mean situation took the fight beyond the ring to just about everybody in America. That's how Ali was selling the fight.
Muhammad Ali was a big huckster too.
Joe Frazier's so scared he won't even weigh in with me. He won't even have a physical with me.
He won't have a physical with me.
He's scared to death.
See, if you talk enough stuff long enough, right, you're gonna get 2 things that are gonna happen. Some people are gonna like you, and some people are gonna hate you. And if you work in the arena of boxing, right, where somebody actually can be paid to put his foot deep in your ass, then people will pay for that.
Where's Muhammad Ali from, y'all? I want to say Kentucky, but I'm not 100% sure.
Frazier never understood why Ali thought he had to make fun of Joe to sell tickets. They were guaranteed the money, $2.5 million each. They did not have to sell tickets.
Ali was selling himself. He was also selling Joe Frazier short, and the media ate it up.
In 1971, I wrote a cover story called Joe Frazier, White Champion in a Black Skin.
White champion in black skin. Do y'all agree with this? Like, let me know if I'm off, because Brian Gumbo might just been a big Muhammad Ali fan or whatever, but are they right? Like, I didn't see that. I don't know, man. Let me know.
Wrong. It was absolutely wrong. But
okay, he's agreeing that it was wrong.
As battles of the century go, this one is different. First, because both Ali and Frazier are champions and undefeated. Second, because no fight has ever had as heavy a show business side as this one, or depended as heavily on the art of electronics.
For the closed-circuit telecast, Jerry Parentio put together his announcing team.
Jerry Parentio.
Don Dunphy is the
He got a last name on him.
And former champion Archie Moore is the analyst. The third voice was a surprise.
Y'all know Archie Moore?
I'm doing this just because the promoter's a friend of mine and asked me if I would like to do it, and I thought it would be something interesting to do.
This didn't make it a network broadcast. This made it something special. And here's Bert, you know, major Hollywood actor, major Hollywood star, box office draw.
Ali, how are you, dear boy? I'm doing just fine, and I hope you're doing well.
Because of Parentio's show business background, it was hard to separate where the reality ended and showbiz came in.
Listen to me. I'm going to hold you to it. I'm going to talk to you when I hook you.
Oh, he's
This
gonna go for
ringside
him.
seat has been brought to you by Vitalis.
On the garden schedule, there were no ticket prices because all the tickets had already been sold.
We could have sold out 10 Madison Square Gardens.
Damn.
I think the whole garden must have actually sold to people who knew somebody.
But for Cook and Parentio to be successful, a garden sellout wasn't enough. The closed-circuit locations had to fill up too, and even with tickets at a new high of as much as $30, most locations did sell out.
$30, wow. A ticket now is crazy expensive. To a Floyd fight or something?
With over 2,000 requests for 600 credentials.
Don't miss the last chapter, the Heavyweight Championship of the World, Monday night.
Masses of our people are in the streets. They're fighting an eye for an eye and a life for a life. The rebellions that we see are merely dress rehearsals for the revolution that's to come.
In March of 1971, there seemed to be a crossroads of feelings between Americans.
I think it's very difficult for people in hindsight to understand how deep the divisions in America were. There was violence in the streets. I mean, there were hard hats beating the hell out of long hairs every day.
The polarization of political attitudes began to cloak the fighters in those opinions.
This fella they call Clay or Muhammad Ali, whatever you want to call himself, is a disgrace to the nation.
A disgrace?
And the Hokies were sent to Vietnam to fight for freedom.
What you got was a tremendous polarization. Those who were rooting for Ali as the standard bearer for resistance to the draft, and those who were supporting Joe Frazier, not because he said we should be there, he didn't, but because he was the anti-Ali.
Right. They just liked him because he wasn't Ali, not because of who he was.
There was no in the middle. It was actually fanatical. People would reach a height of frenzy or something.
Who's the most popular man since Jesus Christ?
Well, I think it'll be Frazier. I think he can whip it. I think he can take it. I think he can dish it out.
Here's this collision between Black Militant and Black Tom. Who's gonna win?
That's what it was.
Write in the comments for me, what were both of their records before the first fight? Let me know in the comments what their records were.
There was a wall, political wall separating the two fighters. Good guy, bad black, good black,
True blue American. That's the draft dodger.
People showed up there rooting as much
draft
for
dodger.
a political and moral position as they were rooting for the men. The men were, by that time, almost incidental.
All of this came to surround the fight, to confuse people that it was more than a fight, and as a result, captured the imagination of Americans everywhere.
Monday,
Alright, time out. Let's have a posture check, y'all. You right there that's watching, go ahead and fix that posture. I know you slumped over right now. I don't want you watching my videos with a slumped over back, man. It ain't healthy, and you're gonna thank me later. So let's get those backs right.
March 8th, the noon weigh-in. Frazier, 203.5. Ali, 215. They weighed in separately. Yank Durham did not want Joe to hear Ali's antics.
Harry Markson told me Ali's going to stay up in the press room. He's going to stay there all day, so we don't have any problem getting him back in the arena tonight. All they did was eat all
Damn, you sitting on the ball spot?
Then up another 4 steak sandwiches. Well, you know what? Get a case of beer up here, you know. They ran up a $4,000 bill.
That afternoon, closed-circuit producer Neil Marshall was having a final run-through with his crew.
Now you got 65 guys in the ring, and all of a sudden you hear up in the rafters,
Everybody, that's Joe Frazier. All you Joe Frazier fans, tell them the real champ is in town.
it's Ali.
Uh-oh.
Ali is in the garden.
I have a lot of speed. I have a lot of endurance. When I'm through with Frazier, he'll need more insurance.
Middle of the afternoon. It was great stuff.
Away from the commotion in the garden, for security reasons, the New York State Athletic Commission had kept a secret.
We as referees and judges all were just hoping for this choice assignment.
At 6 p.m., Mercanti and the two judges Artie Aidala and Bill Recht were informed they would be working.
Ali and Frazier both received $2.5 million that night. And the third man, handling the fight with all the responsibility, received $750. I probably would have done it for nothing.
But this was much more than another big fight. This was a world event. The television picture would allow 300 million people to see the fight live. 2 million in the United States and Canada. 298 million everywhere else.
So what do y'all think? This is 1971. They both got $2.5 million for the fight. That is a lot of money. That's a lot of money in 2023. So what would y'all say it would be like the equivalent of a boxer getting paid that in 2023? I'd say it's probably like what, like 20 million maybe? Maybe 10 million? Like I really have no clue for real. So I don't even know if it's a way that you can actually figure that out. But just write in the comments what y'all think 2.5 million is the equivalent of in 2023. Let me know.
Ironically, this battle in the ring created some peace in the streets.
I was in Belfast at the time, and I was really preoccupied with another fight. At that time, there was a tragic internecine feud going on between the breakaway Stalinist wing of the IRA and the provisional IRA. This was life and death time.
What's the IRA?
For people
What is that?
involved in the Republican struggle. And the feud ended as quickly as it began. And one of the reasons was that the Frazier-Ali fight was coming on television. And nobody was going to be out in the street gunning for somebody else when that fight was coming on.
Damn. That's crazy. Their fight helped people stop fighting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I had this beautiful girlfriend who was a model here. And I walk up and a kid grabs my tickets and runs. Well, right away my street instincts took over and I jumped off the steps going up in the garden. A few steps later, I caught him, grabbed him, knocked him down to the ground, and took back my tickets. And this young woman, she was like stunned, and she was looking at me like, "Are you a madman?" I said, "He took our tickets. This is the band of great fights."
There was a bunch of us raggedy ass, hippie looking lost souls sort of wandering into the thing saying, "Wow,
man, the fashions were dazzling. It just had the look of a coronation more than a fist fight."
Well, nothing like back in the day where it was a big time fight and you had some money and stuff. You walk in there with your nice mink coat on. Like I feel like that's something that I remember. I think people still kind of do it in today's world, but that's just something that I can just think of back in the day that people used to do a lot. Like the big time like drug dealers and athletes and just like people with a bunch of money like used to always just dress super like dressed to impress for the boxing matches. Like, let me know if I'm off on that.
And appeal to those critical of fashion.
Tons of color, tons of attitude, hot
fashion and boxing.
Revealing bust lines with lacing.
Mink, floor-length white coats, and those were the men.
Men outdressed the women. Men were peacocks. They were dynamite. This was glamour, fabulous, outrageous looking clothing. Nothing I'm recommending.
Smoking a cigarette?
I've been in a lot of rooms in my life. I had never walked into an arena where the excitement in the air was absolutely, it was electricity.
Just every movie star, you think, oh my God, look at this, they're either sitting in the back of you or right in front of you, you're right with them.
Just happened to turn around and I looked over at seat 50. There's old boy. And he's got a camera.
During the national anthem, Frank Sinatra slipped into a ringside seat as a photographer for Life magazine. He was just one of the many celebrities in the garden that night.
They can't spell.
Everybody was there.
They don't know what the hell they're watching, but they had to be there. Why? Not to see this fight. This was mandatory that they be there to be seen themselves.
In the fighters' dressing rooms, the tension was building.
I go to the Ali dressing room to tell the Ali camp, are you ready to exchange trainers? They're ready to rap. Joe, you ready? He gets up off the table and he said, what's Frazier doing? I said, whatever I said. I'm like nervous, my heart. I'm not Joe can't take this. I just, then he was shuffled. Boom, he's out. Frazier's down. Ali's entourage. Yeah, champ. That's right, champ. I'm like, oh, let me get out of here.
I love both of these guys, man.
Was as quiet as a church.
This is my guy right here, though.
It was.
Like, I relate more to Joe Frazier.
He said, I asked the Lord, Lord, help me to kill this man, because he's not righteous.
Lights dim. Come in, Ali first. Red trunks, red tassels, roar.
This is legendary. This is legendary stuff, y'all. This is so legendary, man. I'm just glad to like experience this with y'all. Like, this is what the beauty of my YouTube channel. It's the beauty of me loving sports so much, is that I can put both of these together, man. Like, it gets no better than this. And I think it's like I said this in one of my other videos, like, it's even better that I don't know who won none of this stuff. Like, I didn't really want to do my research. A lot of people always be like, bro, you should have did your research on the video before you reacted to it. I'm like, no, I don't really like doing that. I want to literally learn from watching the reaction video. But that's what we're doing here.
Coming in second, bopping and booping as he does, Joe Frazier, brocaded green.
There seems to be a mingling of moves along with the applause. I don't know why this man is a gallant champion.
Didn't see anything, didn't hear anything.
Red versus green.
Focus on him. Nobody else but him.
For the first time in heavyweight championship history, we have two undefeated fighters.
Let's get it! Finally! Uh-oh. Oh, they bumped into each other? They ain't allowed to do that.
And Ali said later that he was just saying, $2.5 million. Can you believe it? $2.5 million.
I don't know if anybody heard the introductions.
It was just too loud in there, too electric. Oh, he is from Louisville, okay. This might be better than Bird and Magic, y'all. Oh, and Joe is from Philly. Joe from Philly.
I imagine it was
Muhammad from Louisville.
Joe Frazier, 26-0. Muhammad Ali, 31-0.
They both undefeated.
For Frazier, it was the opportunity to silence the voice that had tortured him.
For Ali,
he was back where he belonged, waiting for the bell with the heavyweight championship at stake.
And that's where we gonna end this video at. I know y'all gonna hate me for that. I know y'all is, but that's just gonna make part 4 so much better. But if you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe right now. If you want to see the next one, you need to be in tune with the channel. Go ahead and like this video if you like this video, and go ahead and write something in the comments. Let me know about this rivalry, man. Let me know. Like I said, I don't know a lot about it. I don't know enough about it, so this is where y'all come in. This is where y'all teach me. A lot of y'all might be learning for the first time like me, or some of y'all might already been watched this documentary 1,000 times. Like, that's the beauty of this stuff, man. But I appreciate y'all like always. We out.